Hi everyone. We're live, so welcome to day 16. It's kind of really weird just talking to people today. Still got 24 days to go, so not even halfway. Day 16, just done kind of a crazy. Yeah, I haven't finished day 16 yet, but when I do, it'll be 800 kilometers. It's just bizarre, um, and yeah, I just don't. I can't comprehend it. Today has been a tough day. I think the highest of highs, the lowest of lows. I've got a clip that I want to play in a second. Um, yeah, Sander. So yeah, it's a little bit of a negative title for such a great morning, but that's actually what I'm going to do. I want to sort of show. I'm going to show a clip that from actually from my favorite one of my favorite comedy programs ever. It only did 2 seasons, which is a shame because I thought it was just genius. So if you've ever seen The Neighbors or if you've ever heard of The Neighbors, give it sort of a look up. It was basically aliens coming down and taking over a cul-de-sac, and and then just sort of those that sort of classic comedy slapstick stuff. And so what I want to do is play you a clip that sums up today and actually sums up where I am at the moment, and the highest of highs, the lowest of lows. So in this clip, so the woman is talking about sangria, but really it could be this adventure. I think it sums it up so well. So this is it's only about 3 seconds long. So I'll actually play it twice just so you can sort of listen to it because it goes sort of quite fast. So I'll play it twice. Here we go.
I'm sorry, Sangria has some real high highs for me and some real low lows.
And I think that just sums it up. So sangria just has some real high highs and some real low lows. Let me just play that again.
I'm sorry, Sangria has some real high highs for me and some real low lows.
And that's it. I've had the best of days and the worst of days. I think that's it. Yeah, Sander, you're absolutely right. It was like what we did this morning was just magical. Um, it was just brilliant. But then then I get knocked down with something. The trouble is the energy is so low, and it's so low because of 2 nights of 2 nights of sort of constant coughing. I have got from the Running Dutchman. He gave me this, and I forgot about it. He reminded me this morning. He actually gave me this, so you can't see inside, but there's magic liquid in here. It's actually time. So it's yeah. If only I could get back time. Come on, share. If so, it's time in. I think it's some sort of oil or something. I don't think it's water. So he's like saying that's going to be really helpful for the. In fact, I can feel my neck, my sort of my throat tickling a little bit. Yeah, it's like a syrup that's infused with time. I don't know if it's gonna. Oh, it's making me want to cough. No, it's so that's from the Running Dutchman. If it works tonight, then he's going to be my hero. But yeah, I've had 2 really bad nights sleep, broken, um, and yeah, in the middle of the night, I had to go and get an ice cream. That seemed to help a bit. The trouble is I kind of get settled down into. I finally get into a moment where I can fall asleep, and that's when I have to get up, and that's been the real frustration. So the plan for tonight is to sleep in a little bit longer. Having said that, I've still got 8 kilometers to do. If you sort of look at it as something like 8 kilometers to do, so it's going to be an hour and a half of me doing of shuffling around before I can do that. But I'm not going to do anything else. I'm just going to keep it sort of simple after this. I'm going to just get it knocked out and then shuffle around and then come back and then eat and get everything done. So let's talk about today. So already the energy's low. What it really means is it doesn't take much to trigger the most incredible high or trigger the most incredible low. Uh, I got up. Um, I knew that the Grand Prix was on, and I've got to get my buggy to Amsterdam to the Trail NL store. And so I took the advice of the conductor that I had the sort of the day before, and I decided to go to Leyden, and then from Leyden I was going to go to Sloterdijk. In fact, what I did was actually I was like, oh, hang on from Leyden it actually goes past Lelyland, and that's even closer to Trail NL. So what I did was I got off there, and then I only had like a 5 kilometer thing. So I think I got there just after 10. I wasn't. Sander was actually there. Um, Sander was actually there, and already I was like, oh, I'm going to be there plenty of time before the first people arrive. No, Sander was there. Damn it. Norbert, I am going to. I've got a really cool thing now. I'm going to play this call because I've got a really cool video file from Dirk in Trailer now, so I'm going to play that. And just talk about today because it's important. This actually gives me, and this is one of those classic ones where it gives me energy. So yeah, I do need to get on with things, but I actually enjoy this live stream too much, even though it's just me rambling. So I got to Trail NL in plenty of time, which was good because my legs just felt dead. It felt like I was sort of shuffling and I didn't really have the energy to carry on. I knew it was going to be sort of a tough day, but I had plenty of time to get there. So I just did it. So, great advice from the conductor about going via there. Got to Trail NL, and Sander was there, who's been he's such a huge support for me in terms of just like so many people are, but he's really. It really feels like he's like one of those ones that are just so invested in supporting me, and I really appreciate it. So Sander, thank you. So he was there to do the loop, and then Dirk was also there, the owner of Trail NL. So I've got an interview with him coming up in a short while after I've done the talk through the day. So Sander said, "No, I'm not wearing the banana suit. It's your choice. I respect that." Dirk said just straight away, "Yeah, I want the Patagonia one." Bang! It was like so decisive. So he put it on and he wore it like a professional. So there was none of the diva stuff. He was just so ready to wear it and have some fun, which was brilliant. Now there was the plan was sort of I had two ideas in my head. I was like thinking, depending on who showed up today, I was like, I want to go and get the Christmas tree. So there was that one, and I was thinking that would be the slower one, the slower plog was, and there was also a big, a little bit further on, there was a huge cache of trash that I'd noticed. So I was like thinking I can take them on that one, which is going to be really slow going, or I can take them a different route, which I'd been sort of eyeing up on the way in. And there were some nice little bits of trash, but it was sort of pretty clean. And I did spot one really sort of interesting big piece of trash. So I was like thinking, what do I do with these guys? Sander loves running. Dirk is obviously sort of very invested in running. You could say that, being the owner of a running store. So I was like thinking, okay, let's do the one where we can actually get some running in. So then they actually see plogging instead of plogging being picking up trash and getting a little jog between places. What we will do is we will get a nice run in there, picking up a bit of trash, and then just get sort of a nice 6K jogging. Completely failed. They Sander, I don't know what you think about Dirk, but I mean, I think he's lurking online. For me, he was obsessive about it. He was just so invested in it, and it was just awesome. So we first of all we ran. I think we ran about 50 meters or 500 meters down the road, and they're already saying, yeah, there's no trash. It's really clean here, like that. And I said, okay, there's a bridge coming up, and I got to the bridge. And I said, look, I spotted this before, and this is what really happens. You see, sort of the homeless will use sort of just the side of where the bridge sort of joins the road. If you just look over the wall, then there's often some sort of like stash of stuff from homeless people. Now, some people will talk about, with the homeless people, it's kind of, if you see like a sleeping bag, do you, there is a question: do you leave it for them, or do you remove it? This one, it was very. Sometimes it's really clear that that sleeping bag has served its purpose and they don't go back there. This one was actually sort of covered in dirt, so I was like thinking that's going to be a safe bet to remove. So I said, look, there we go. Sunder just sort of went down and got his grabber and just was pulling on it, and nothing was happening. It had literally grown into the soil. I mean, all the soil had grown around it, and it was just so embedded. And you could sort of see how it's really interesting. It's a bit like, how do you sort of see pottery in medieval times sort of get underground and things like that. There, it was actually a case of, all right, this sleeping bag has been there so long, it was just covered. It was already being covered, and the roots were growing around it and everything. So Sander couldn't do that. I had some gloves in my trolley, so he got the gloves, and he's literally having to rip it off. So it was getting a little bit of a workout just trying to get the sleeping bag out of the ground. And then as soon as he got the sleeping bag out of the ground, then it revealed like I think it was a mat, sort of a duvet that was there as well. So just two huge pieces as well. And then in the duvet, and there was also some chain, there's some locks as well, weren't there, in all of that stuff. So suddenly he's like pulling out. Well, it was that one, I think, wasn't it, Sander, that where we had the locks coming out. Suddenly you're sort of digging around, then out of nowhere comes this lock, or this chain bike lock, and it's completely rusted and it's set into like a ring. It just couldn't be moved. So we've got a huge win there of getting stuff out. Yeah, two locks. There were two locks. Yeah, exactly. So I was like thinking, well, that's a bit of a bonus. We've already got sort of some nice kilos, and we're sort of running along. We turn around the corner, and then there's another stash of sleeping bags and pots of paint. Oh, there was a perfume bottle as well in there. So suddenly we found another stash, and while we were in the stash, this woman, this elderly woman, came up and started chatting to them. I was in the bushes, started chatting to them and just asking what we were doing and everything. And she said, "Oh, I do it as well." And this was really sweet. It was like, I do it as well. You often hear that, but the difference with her, she said, "Have you got a bag?" I don't know what prompted it, but she said, "Have you got a bag for me? And then I can just pick up some straight away." So she took one of the bin bags, and then you saw her whiz off, and she's like tidying up all along the bank straight away, just getting involved in it, just doing on her own thing. I've got it on video, just of like her in the background. She didn't want to be face on, but I mean, that was just so awesome. I mean, just to loads of times people say, "Yeah, I do this." If they talk to you, a lot of time they do say they do this. She literally got over. She said, "Have you got a bag? I'm going to go off and just fill it up." Amazing. We carry on a bit. I'm going to just cut to the highlights, because suddenly they're in the bushes and they're finding everything. It was like there was like two at one point there were two barbecues. There was what else was there? There was so two barbecues, a bike was thrown into the bushes. We sort of weighed it, but it was still oh gosh, Dirk's, I've got him on video cycling around on it in a banana suit. It looks like someone from the circus, because he's got the colourful banana suit. He looks like one of those guys running on a little teeny tiny bike around the ring in a circus. So I will be blackmailing him on that one for sure. And I mean, Sonia, what else did we find? I mean, I'm leaving the highlight for a bit, but yeah, we were just finding anything and everything. There was a bike pump, two barbecues, and everything. It was just getting crazy, the amount of trash we were finding. So much for the running around without and not picking up much trash. Well, in the end, I think we got something like 85 kilos just within a 4-kilometer run, and that just shows you how much trash is there. So it was just ridiculous. But the highlight, a lot, mattresses and cushions and everything. It was absolutely crazy. But the highlight was another bridge, beside a bridge, huge amount of glass. Yeah, huge amount of glass. So on Instagram, you can see sort of Sander talking out. The highlight has to be we spotted something. Derek, I think he was just going for the prize because I said I'd give away a T-shirt for the most interesting find, and it looked like there was some sort of toys. And sure enough, there was like a whole load of fire engines and things like that, toys that had been obviously, I suspect, stolen or whatever, but they were just on the side, the other over the side of the bridge where it hits the water, that bit on the over the other side of the wall. And Derek found the prize. I'm sorry, Daphne, you have not. If you can tell Daphne, she has not won because if you saw my stories, you know exactly what won. This is the state that we found it in. It works. So this is not us getting it working. It worked. So, yeah. What can I say? How can I not let the guy win this prize? He's found something that I've always wanted to find. And here it is. So the magic happens when you go to Trail NL and you do some plugging. Yeah. The man fight. Wait. This coffee time is after. I think he's on the T-shirt. He found a freaking unicorn. I mean, how did he do that? And it's a working one. Yeah. Derek, you've won the prize. There will be a T-shirt coming your way. I suspect you have loads of T-shirts. I'm gonna make an interesting T-shirt, something to as a memory of these 3 days. But it will be after I'll get it organised after these 24 days that still need to get done. So, well done. You've got a friggin' bloody unicorn. I hate you. I want to know if anyone else. And what was kind of funny is I on the way to the trail NL, I was chatting to a policeman, and the policeman asked me what was the craziest things that you found. And so I was telling him, I was like thinking of policeman. I told him about the 81 tires, and then I said, "Oh yeah, and I also found 42 bottles of sexual lubricant in multiple flavors." And his colleague went, "Oh, that'd be good for you, mate." If only I known then, I could say, yeah, and later on we will be finding a unicorn. What are the chances of that? So highest of highs, the lowest of lows, the best morning ever. And Sunday, it was great. It was great that he was sort of trying the H1s and he loved them. I really want to do a huge shout out to Trail NL for letting me be there for 3 days, to Mount to Coast, to HB Sports, the distributor in the Netherlands, for bringing the test shoes, because quite a few people tried the test shoes as well. I'm still running strong on the C1, but the H1, I think if you ever buy a running shoe, sort of a hybrid shoe, you have to get the H1 from Mount to Coast, because it is just such a game changer. It's hard to say how much of a game changer it is until you've actually tried it on. It was the shoe that introduced me to the brand that I was excited for. And so head off to Trail now and you can sort of see all the different ones there. Love that shoe. And Sander actually bought them. So that's how good they are, but he will not be disappointed. So I've actually got my H1s as a backup. So if it gets really bad weather or if something goes wrong with my shoes, then I'm going to switch to the H1. So I've kind of got that as my sort of reserve backup pair. So really, yeah, they're amazing shoes. So huge shout out to Mount to Coast for providing me with the equipment to do that. Then I didn't get any other people showing up for the day, which meant I could get the kilometers in. So then I headed out. I sort of had a bit of a rest, had some food. Derek gave me a bottle with nutrition in it, sort of actually energy drink, sort of, with the powder mixed and everything like that. I just cannot do it. I tried to sort of get the calories in that way. But there's just a long history of the reason why I can't. I'm not going to bother going into it now, but yeah, it was it just didn't work. It doesn't work for me, so I have to stick with food. But he also gave me some bars, which are really great. So I'm going to be doing those and seeing how I get on. But I think the ready meals in the shake is actually the best thing I can do. It's the one that seems to be most palatable for me. Headed off to the same route I did yesterday. I was a few kilometers behind from yesterday because I had a shortened route, various things. But I still did that route, and I was just exhausted. I just had no energy to push hard on that. I was just a real chore to battle to carry on going, and that's where sort of I went from the highest of highs to just the low of I just got to get these kilometers knocked out. I just want this day to be over. Um, it was a real struggle getting those. I think around 18 kilometers in before I got back to the trail now. It just it doesn't take much to. I just need to sleep. That's the thing. Interesting. The reason why I chose that loop for the last 3 days is because I know it's a litter free route, and I love that route as well. Today I found two pieces of trash, just two pieces of trash, fresh trash that had been sort of deposited since yesterday. Two pieces, that's it, um in like a 16-kilometer section. Two pieces. Both were energy gels. It's it really breaks my heart when that happens, when you sort of go, oh, is that like, let's say, I mean, maybe it's a cyclist who's trying to stuff it in his pocket and it falls out. Do they know? I don't know if they know, but what I wanted to do was start a campaign. Whereas, if a biker does drop something, or I want to sort of go back for the planet campaign, which is if you drop something, just go back and pick it up. If you're cycling or you're running, it's going to cost you a bit of time. Next time, don't drop it. Just go back for the planet. That's going to be a campaign I want to sort of do at some point. That's on my sort of bucket list to do. So got those kilometers all busted out, and then then I headed to the train station. It was sort of like a middling experience, but I just got it done. Got on the train, no problems with getting on, no problems with crowding or getting into the train station. But then hit another low that just really knocked me sideways, and it was just the conductor. So I went on with my buggy. What I do is I have to sort of just dismantle it so it's sort of nice and compact, as compact as I can sort of make it. So it's only in effect the footprint of the buggy, but it goes up a little bit. But it's as sort of tidy as I can. I put the small wheel on it, take the big wheel off, and everything. So I sort of really make sort of a big effort to make it as least impactful as I can. I did look at the rule. I would use ChatGPT to ask me the rules or whatever, or Google Gemini or whatever, just to sort of find out, what are the rules on these things. And it was like saying sports equipment's fine, and buggies are fine. You may need to fold them. So I'm like going, okay, I cover all bases there. So I don't see there's an issue. I shouldn't have an issue. I should be able to defend myself if I'm on there. The conductor comes up. He sort of we depart. So he doesn't come to me sort of before we depart. He comes out after we're on going. So I'm already on the train. He comes up and he goes, and he says, "You're not allowed. I'm letting you on with this buggy, but you're not allowed to take it. Just for your knowledge, you're not allowed to take this. So don't do it again," kind of thing. And I think I'm in the right. So I'm like saying, where does it say that? And he's like, "No, I don't want to discuss anything. I'm letting you do it. Next time, don't." But all I want is, because I want to like say, no, I think I can do this. I do want to sort of defend it. I'm not doing it to try and break the rules. I'm trying to I'm to be honest, I'm taking the train because it is the most sustainable thing I can do. If I don't take the train, I'm going to have to take a car, and or I'm actually going to have to take a van. And then where is or anything I do is out the window. It's sort of, the train is the best thing for me to do with this. yeah, maybe I need to sort of be a bit more cognizant of busy trains. This was a completely empty train, but he was just shutting me down, and that's where the lowest of lows comes in again. It doesn't take much for me to trigger. I just feel completely attacked and upset. I'm just completely upset by it. Um, when it could have been just so easy of like, hey, look, I'm letting you on this time, but just don't do it next time, and something like that. But it was, and he's as a conductor, he's had a real probably busy, tough day with all the Grand Prix people and everything like that. So I'd imagine he's got a low sort of he's tired as well, and his fuse is short. So I can understand why he's doing it, but whatever the situation is, yeah, it triggered me, and it was just so. It really sort of felt like I was being attacked, and I'm like, I'm just trying to be more sustainable and do something impactful and everything like that. I looked up the rules, and he's right. I should not be on that train, on those trains with the buggy. So that is the rule. I sort of looked it up, and I thought, sports equipment, things like that. But no, there is a very clear thing that type of buggy is not allowed on the train. So yeah, he's right. It's just the way it was delivered that really sort of upset me. People management is just as important as being in the right. So what does that mean now for me with the trains? Um, what does that mean with the trains now with this? And to be honest, I have no other solution. I can't get another solution. I'm not going to hire a, a a transit van or anything just to go to all the different places I need to go to. But what I am going to do is I'm not going to take the two side things. I'm just going to have the buggy in its purest form, just that, so it has little impact, just so that I can fold it down. And I've done that in the past. I've sort of folded it down, taken the wheels off, so it's like a little upright thing. It still breaks the rules in terms of size, but only just. If they want me to do that, I'll do that. It'll be a bit of a pain, but I will try and sort of do that. But I think I'm going to still. I have no choice. I'm going to no, I'm not. As there was a yeah. If you're feeling attacked, please feel free to file a complaint. No, I'm not going to file a complaint. I felt attacked because of the energy levels I have. I think in a normal situation, I would it wouldn't have been any different, and I was just as combative to him because I wanted to say no, I'm in the right, even though I found out I wasn't. But so doesn't deserve it doesn't deserve a complaint. I've also got to sort of understand that, I also want to sort of really believe that, he's had a tough day. It's just the delivery. It was the delivery that triggered me, and it's only because it was in the state I'm in that it triggered me. So I'm not really. I'm making it sound worse than it is. And I was just as wrong. I was in the wrong because he is right. So, um, but I am going to sort of try. I'm still going to take it on the train. If I have to sort of do something a bit, I have to work around it, if I have to like go, okay, I'm going to run to a different train station. I'm going to wait. If the conductor says no there, I'm going to wait until the next train to see if they let me on. And most of the time they let me on, and they're more interested in the story. And I've had such great conversations with the conductors that I don't have, I think it'll be fine. I think there might be one time or something I'm not allowed on, and I'll just get on the next train, I think, and then find a conductor that is a bit more sort of understanding. But yeah, there are safety issues here. If they let me on and something happens, then they will be held responsible. So I can understand if they don't want to. I have to bear that in mind. Right, we were and now and then Lauren's and so then I'm running home, and Lauren's just rocked up with a Coke, and it was just so I'm like highest, lowest of lows, highest of highs. Suddenly I see him, I have a Coke and give him a hug, and then he sort of just cycles behind me, just letting me be in my own little bubble. And then he was really sweet and sort of staying with the buggy while I went and got some food for tonight. So that's all done. So all I've got to do is just knock out the kilometers now. So Lawrence, yeah, again, highest of highs. It's the bike ticket. So someone's just put a comment about what if I buy a bike ticket for it? No, it doesn't. Yeah, then they just say it's not a bike. So it doesn't really work. I would be willing to do that for sure if it would, but yeah. And yeah, I'm sitting, bearing in mind all this with the conductor, I'm sitting in a banana suit. You kind of go, there's got to be a conversation. Sometimes I have these conversations with people and they're kind of so determined to have their point. They are complete that I am, that it's like, they're so focused. They kind of go, the banana suit doesn't exist. I am going to talk to you as if you're not wearing a banana suit. So I've had that with a couple of people, which is kind of funny. I just find it it's kind of absurd. If someone's looking at this, the conductor's arguing with the guy in a banana suit and the banana suit's arguing back. Right. I've waffled on enough. I've got to get those kilometers out. I'm going to get them out. It's not going to be a problem. I'm just going to do it. But I do want to play. I suspect Dirk's already left now. He's probably left the chat. Dirk, are you still on the line or are you bored already? So just like I did with Lecker, we did a bit of an interview type thing where I just asked him a few questions because he supported me for 3 days, which has been really, really awesome. Really loved it. He's been a marvelous host. Oh, he's still here. Damn it. How many cups? Okay, I want you to guess how many cups of coffee do you think I had over the 3 days? So it was Covey coffee, which is brilliant stuff. I'll have to sort of make a post about it. They've actually got a Way of Life blend on there as well. So, but I think I've literally I think he had to buy more coffee. So just because of the amount that I drank, he said at one point, you have to eat. You can't survive on coffee. So I'm going to now show you the video of my interview with Dirk. As I did with Lecker, it is a one take thing. Yeah, I think it was 1,000. I think it's a one take thing. So if there's any bloopers, they're in there, even though I'm the one that does the blooper at the straight at the start. So please sit back and enjoy this interview with Dirk, the owner of Trail NL. And also, please watch to the end because it really means a lot to me for what he does and what he's done to help me and the support he's given me. So he's a sort of a wonderful guy. So here it is. Roll VT. Oh, which button was it? Let's see. Look at that.
Mount Coast.
No, that's okay. No, it's okay because I'll just do that shot.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so for the last 3 days, or for it's one take.
One take.
One take now. One take. We
Ah.
start now. That was the freebie. So now you're screwed.
Testing.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm here at Trail NL, and I really wanted to sort of just use this as a base of 3 days just to promote it because it's such a fantastic store, and Dirk, the owner, is just so wonderful. So just want to take you around the store, and Dirk can tell me the story. So over to you, Dirk. Okay. Where are we?
We're at Trail.nl, as we say. We're a trail running store based in Amsterdam.
And so how did it start? So how come, because you were in a smaller venue. I saw you in a smaller venue.
Yeah, we started with a physical store like 2.5 years ago, Wester Park. You've been there.
Yeah.
It was like a tiny mom and pop store. Because we started a trail running store and we thought, okay, Amsterdam, there are no trails there, but there are people who like to run on trails. So let's start a store. We did that. It was a success. And we added new brands and we saw nice, cool things. And then the shoes were like to the ceiling. So we had to move. And we found a really nice big place in
Amsterdam South, right?
Yeah, in South, yeah.
Yeah, so, and it's the thing that I love about what you've done is because you've focused on trail, you've really gone specialized in that. And I loved looking on YouTube or Believe in the Run, things like that, and I'd see all the cool shoes like the Nordas, the Mount Coast, and things like that. Here, you've actually got them. So, I mean, I think you have got to be one of the few in the country that actually stock some of these brands.
Yeah. And next week we get the Mount Coast Believe in the Run limited edition.
No,
even for you. Yeah, it comes next week.
With the sort of mid.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's coming.
Why am I here? Why am I here this week and not next week?
Well, You come by. We have a pair.
Because that's what I found. That's what I found great with the Mount to Coast with the H1 is it's just such a brilliant shoe to run on the road, but in the wintertime when it's a little bit slippery, I just used it then all the time.
Yeah.
And it's just so comfortable. Yeah.
And that's the thing. We also look at YouTube reviews. We look online. We see what athletes wear. We see what's on the podium, and then we see, okay, this is a nice brand. These shoes are good. These are reviews. Okay, let's add them to the store.
Okay.
And in the beginning, it was hard to convince a brand to come to our store, but now I think it's the other way around, and we get.
It is very much. It's like a flagship store, isn't it? Really now.
Yeah, I think we're doing well. We have a really nice assortment.
Come and show me the shoes.
Yeah.
Let's look at the shoes.
Let's go to the
so.
shoes.
I'm trying to find two more of these. I know you're busy.
Oh, they're somewhere.
It's one take, so we're still filming, even if he talks.
We still do one thing, yeah.
And you can say you got like the Prodigio Pro, which everyone was raving about, haven't you? Whereas,
The Noras.
yeah, the Sportiva, the Nordas, Mount to Coast, of course, which is the shoe I'm running in.
The Caddy from Normal,
Yeah.
very nice shoe.
Is that the one that has a different? There's one that you sort of change the.
Yeah, the K-Boys. You changed the insole.
Yeah.
It was a concept.
Oh, okay.
It didn't really take off. No, this is more that gravel shoe. It's more like the H1. Reviews are good. It's a really nice shoe. So yeah, we have a lot of also the smaller brands. Of course, you have Salomon, Hoka. I like Ultra, the big trail running brands, La Sportiva. But also some smaller ones.
And of course, because you're specializing, whereas a lot of the running stores, they will have a little bit of a trail selection. You can actually tailor it to what the people want. So if they're just going on the dunes, you got a shoe for them. If they're doing something technical, you got a shoe for them.
You go to the mud, we have shoes for that.
Oh really? Let me see.
With long lugs. Yeah, we're the other way around of a regular running store.
Yeah.
So we have a little bit of road running shoes, like the C1 from Mount to Coast. But for us, it's 95% pure running. Yeah, if you go to the mud, you need like the Innovates with like that.
Oh, the Innovates. Those have got the
8mm lugs.
Jeez, that's just ridiculous.
If you can do Mud Masters, then this is nice.
Oh wow!
Like climbing out of the mud, you have a lot of traction.
And are you finding that there's more appetite for trail running now, or are you like?
Yeah, well, our idea is that during COVID, people start running. Then you have the marathon on your bucket list. You finish the marathon, and then you have to decide: am I going to train another year to be 10 minutes faster, or maybe go in nature, less pressure of time, more enjoying smaller groups? And I think part goes for the performance and part goes for nature.
Yeah, and you organise events? I saw that you just did with Rembrandt. You did an event.
Yeah, yesterday. Yeah. Or 2 days ago. Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, with Salomon and Rembrandt.
So you do a lot of social runs and group runs.
Yeah, more and more. We're gonna do a weekly run from the store.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
But then trails. So what'd you do? Where'd you go?
Well, we work with this group, Dwell in Motion. They're from Amsterdam.
Let's just go over there because it's a little bit noisy.
It's noisy.
No, but,
Well,
then you can show me some of the stuff over there because they've also got all the good gear as well.
Rain jackets, a lot of rain jackets.
And that's the thing is that you've got all of the brands rather than just having a small selection. It is people running vests are so popular, and then you've got a huge selection you can try out, right?
Yeah. That's the thing. If people, we see people come in with like the mandatory kit list.
Oh really?
For UTMB events, and then you want to have all, like the whistle, the space blanket, all the tiny stuff, and of course the Lecky poles, the Black Diamond poles, the vests, hydration, waterproof.
Just look at the number of poles they've. That's just absurd number of poles.
Yeah, but some people want aluminum or carbon or ultralight carbon. You want a glove, you don't want a glove. There is a lot of choice. And if people want to travel to our store, then you've got to have a selection. And you can't only do like one model.
And so back to the social group, there was,
Yeah, they're from Amsterdam, and they do a lot of urban trail running, they say, as they call it. And they know all the routes. We had like a 15K here, starting from the store. And they know all the like side routes and paths and tree route, and it was like trail run, but then in Amsterdam.
That's crazy.
So yeah, they know because they've like years of experience, and it's fun. So yeah, we can do that. If you look for it, there are always,
Yeah.
it's not the Pyrenees, but it's still flat, but we have paths.
Cool.
Yeah.
And you're okay. And now, so the last question: what is your experience? So you must love trail running, right?
I do.
So
yeah.
what is your what does your portfolio look like?
Well, I started road running because I got a normal job, proper job, and then there was like this running team. So I started with all the Zandvoortse Kuren, Egmond, Damloop, all the Le Champion events.
Le Champion.
I did them all. Then I did a marathon. Then I went to South Africa. I did like the biggest ultra marathon, the Comrades.
Hang on, so you went from just doing marathon to Comrades. You kind of was that your first ultra?
No, my first ultra was in Cape Town, 2 Oceans.
Oh, okay.
Somebody said, "Yeah, we're gonna do a marathon in Cape Town for Run for Schools and Amsterdam-based charity."
Yeah, no.
So I did. I signed up and I thought, 56. I thought it was a marathon, and then a whole new world opened because there was ultra running. And then in Cape Town, everybody said, "Oh, this is a training run, man. You got to come back for Comrades." So then I did Comrades. And then training for that, I went to Belgium a lot because you have a lot of 50, 60 kilometer runs.
Yeah.
And they were all trails. So then there was trail running. And then I upped the kilometers. So then I went longer distances. And then I took a sidestep for a few years because then obstacle course racing came, the mud runs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got really into
Really?
yeah.
Oh, you see, you were doing so well until
I was doing so well. Yeah, but that's where the first store started, selling mud run shoes. That's how it all started.
Oh, wow.
So that's a predecessor of Trail.nl.
Oh,
It
okay.
was called Dutch Mudman, and that's where it all started with.
And it's called Trail.nl because you started off as a web store, really, and then you went to physical store.
Yeah, because I did the obstacle course racing shop that was only online.
Yeah.
And then I thought I want to move into trail running. And then I thought, okay, what's the best name? I thought, okay, Trail.nl's a good name. So I bought it from a guy. And then after that, we opened up a physical store. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Is there anything else you want to tell us?
Whew, come to the store.
Okay.
And start trail running. Because I think a lot of people who run on the roads, it's a different experience. There's no time pressure. If you're at an aid station, it's not grabbing a water, drinking, and running. There's no watch, or there's a watch for the route, but it's more relaxed. It's a different form of running. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm a road runner through and through.
Wow.
I just for me I just kind of I'm just so scared of falling down. I can't even. Although I was with when the expo that was on, and then actually with Rumbrand with Sunder we had Scott Jurek come. And I was so nervous for the whole time, thinking Scott Jurek's going to trip over one of these because the path is so wobbly.
And what happened?
No, he didn't. Oh, did he do it a different day then?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, did he?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, it wasn't on that.
He fell. Oh yeah, the next day then.
Oh, then it must have been the next day. I was literally so scared for the whole thing. I was kept on saying, "Be careful!" It's like because it only did, the number of times I fall over here.
Yeah.
It's actually more dangerous. It's more technical sometimes than some trails.
Yeah. So go trail running then.
Okay. Maybe.
Oh, we take you one day in the dunes. Very nice.
Okay. I think I'm going to end the interview now. Cheers, mate.
Right.
So glad I
Thanks.
could come
Yeah.
here. Cheers.
Thanks for joining us.
Mike was muted. Yeah, so just huge shout out to Dirk and Trail.nl. Beautiful store, real flagship store. Yeah, my heart will always be road running. But I do love dabbling in trails, and like I say, the H1 I think is a perfect. I think trail shoes are really great in bad conditions. So really, I still love trail running and love watching trail running and everything. I just am a bit too scared about falling over. which is kind of why I like the dunes. You fall over in sand. But so grateful for 3 days there. I've had such a blast and really felt at home. I really recommend, if you're doing some trail running, just head along to there, and then just sort of check them out. It's a family. It feels like a family run business with just really great staff, brilliant thing. So I'm going to shut down now. Tomorrow, I'm for the next few days, for a week and so, I'm actually in Haarlem running around. So that should be good. Tomorrow, I'm not sure what I'm doing, but I'm going to see how I sleep and everything. I've got a guest running with me tomorrow, which I'll be sure to sort of put on stories. So more on that. He's coming all the way from Austria. That's all I'm going to say. Let's see if he finds a unicorn when he's out. I don't think he will. I think that's it. So what I'm going to do is thank you very much for listening. We've had quite a few people on today, so I really much appreciate it that you've taken time, especially to listen to the whole of that to watch the whole of that video, because it really means a lot to sort of me. I work with sponsors, or I work with brands. Trail, I just wanted to sort of give back because he's been so kind to me. I just kind of wanted it to be a way to promote him for not, so I didn't ask for anything other than coffee, which probably cost him a fortune. I didn't ask for anything, but brands for me are an inherent part of what I do. I'm not a runner that just has a brand on a shirt. I really want to be part of that team. I want to be part of I want to be involved in it and really promote them, bring them out, ask questions and things. And this is a perfect example. So I'm going to shut down now. And I did try and do the joke last time, didn't I? Which was about the tiger, the pig, and the teddy bear.